Welcome to War Bios, the podcast that delves into the lives of history's most fascinating military leaders. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore the captivating story of Edward, the Black Prince, a legendary warrior whose name would become synonymous with chivalry, honor, and martial prowess. Born on June 15, 1330, at Woodstock Palace in Oxfordshire, England, Edward was the eldest son of King Edward III and Queen Philippa of Hainault, and his life would be shaped by the tumultuous world of medieval politics. The 14th century was a time of great upheaval in Europe, marked by the rise of powerful nation-states and the decline of the feudal system. The Hundred Years' War, which began in 1337, would dominate European politics for over a century, pitting England against France in a series of bloody and devastating conflicts. This war would provide the backdrop for the Black Prince's future military campaigns as he fought to assert English claims to the French throne. The Black Prince's childhood was spent at various royal residences, including Windsor Castle, where he would have received a traditional medieval education, emphasizing arms, literature, and music. His tutors included some of the most prominent scholars of the time, who would have instilled in him a strong sense of classical learning and culture. This education would serve Edward well in his later life, as he demonstrated a keen strategic mind and a deep understanding of the complexities of medieval politics. The Black Prince's family played a significant role in shaping his early life. His father, King Edward III, was a powerful and ambitious monarch who sought to expand English territories through military conquest. His mother, Queen Philippa, was a member of the royal family of Hainault and brought a strong sense of continental politics to the English court. The Black Prince's siblings also played an important role in his early life. His younger brother, John of Gaunt, would become one of the most powerful nobles in England, while his sister, Isabella, would marry into the royal family of France. One of the most significant influences on Edward's early life was his relationship with his father, King Edward III. The king was a demanding and exacting figure who expected great things from his eldest son. He began training Edward in arms and military tactics from a young age, recognizing that his son would one day play a crucial role in the Hundred Years' War. This close relationship between father and son would have a profound impact on the Black Prince's development, instilling in him a strong sense of duty, loyalty, and ambition. As we explore the early life of the Black Prince, it's also important to consider the social and cultural context in which he lived. The 14th century was a time of great social change, with the rise of a wealthy and powerful nobility. The Black Prince would have been surrounded by the opulence and pageantry of the royal court, where tournaments, feasts, and other grand events were commonplace. This world of chivalry and honor would shape Edward's sense of identity and inform his actions as a military leader. In conclusion, the early life of Edward, the Black Prince, was marked by privilege, education, and a deep sense of family loyalty. Raised in the tumultuous world of medieval politics, he was shaped by the complex web of alliances and rivalries that defined 14th century Europe. With his strong sense of chivalry, honor, and ambition, he is poised to take his place on the battlefields of Europe, where he will forge a reputation as one of history's greatest warriors. The Black Prince's military career began in earnest during the Hundred Years' War, when he accompanied his father, King Edward III, on campaigns in France. His first major battle was at the Battle of Crécy in 1346, where he fought alongside his father and distinguished himself as a brave and skilled warrior. This battle marked a significant turning point in the war, as the English army's innovative use of longbowmen and men-at-arms allowed them to defeat a much larger French force. The Black Prince's experiences at Crécy would shape his approach to warfare, as he recognized the importance of adaptability, strategy, and teamwork on the battlefield. He continued to fight in France, participating in the Siege of Calais in 1346 and the Battle of Poitiers in 1356, where he led a daring charge that helped to secure an English victory. The Black Prince's military successes were not limited to the battlefield. He also demonstrated a keen sense of diplomacy and statesmanship, negotiating the Treaty of Bretigny in 1360, which temporarily ended hostilities between England and France. One of the most significant influences on the Black Prince's military career was his relationship with his father, King Edward III. The king served as a mentor and role model for his son, providing guidance and support as he navigated the complexities of medieval warfare. The Black Prince also drew inspiration from the chivalric code, which emphasized honor, loyalty, and courtesy towards enemies. This code would shape his conduct on and off the battlefield, earning him a reputation as a noble and respected leader. The Black Prince's military campaigns were not without controversy, however. His actions during the Siege of Limoges in 1370, where he ordered the massacre of hundreds of civilians, have been widely criticized by historians. This event highlights the complexities and nuances of the Black Prince's character, as he struggled to balance his duty as a military leader with his commitment to chivalry and honor. Despite these controversies, the Black Prince remains one of the most celebrated military leaders in history, known for his bravery, strategic genius, and unwavering commitment to his principles. His legacy extends far beyond the battlefield, as he helped to shape the course of European history and inspire future generations of leaders. In conclusion, the Black Prince's remarkable achievements on the battlefields of Europe cemented his reputation as a legendary warrior and military commander. With his strong sense of chivalry, honor, and ambition, he left an indelible mark on history, inspiring countless others to follow in his footsteps. The latter part of the Black Prince's life was marked by a series of challenges, both personal and professional. In 1367, he led an expedition to Spain to support King Pedro of Castile, who was engaged in a bitter civil war with his half-brother, Henry of Trastamara. Although the Black Prince achieved some initial successes, including the Battle of Nájera in 1367, the campaign ultimately ended in disappointment and financial ruin. The Black Prince's experiences in Spain took a significant toll on his health, and he returned to England in 1371, a sick and exhausted man. Despite his poor health, he remained committed to his duties as a military leader and continued to serve his father, King Edward III. However, his condition continued to deteriorate, and he died on June 8, 1376, at the age of 46. The Black Prince's legacy extends far beyond his military achievements, as he helped to shape the course of European history and inspire future generations of leaders. He was a true chivalric knight, known for his bravery, honor, and courtesy towards his enemies. His commitment to the code of chivalry earned him widespread respect and admiration, both during his lifetime and after his death. One of the most significant examples of the Black Prince's commitment to chivalry was his treatment of King John II of France, who was captured by the English at the Battle of Poitiers in 1356. Despite being a prisoner of war, King John was treated with great respect and courtesy by the Black Prince, who allowed him to maintain a large retinue of servants and even permitted him to hunt and hawk. The Black Prince's legacy can also be seen in the impact he had on the development of English culture and identity. He was a patron of the arts and literature, and his court attracted many prominent writers and poets, including Geoffrey Chaucer. The Black Prince's love of chivalry and honor also helped to shape the English notion of gentlemanly conduct, which would become a central part of English culture and identity. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm General Biography, reminding you to keep marching toward victory.